got that clean label on in Monday. We got 2 more cases of old stuff to use up, and then we're switch over.
Okay, cool. Yeah, they said that that's cheaper too.
Yeah, it's cheaper and it looks and tastes
Better
like
shelf life.
No.
They're not giving us that. They talk about we're gonna clear shelf life all the way through, but then they'll give us another day.
Yeah.
It's like, why would you even bring it up?
Exactly.
Yep.
Welcome to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. We're live inside Muscatine Hy-Vee on 2nd Avenue in Muscatine, streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Now, here's Tony Tone.
All right, it's Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. How's it going? Thursday.
I got to be honest, when I got to work for a second, I thought it was Friday, and then I was like, no, wait, it's Thursday, isn't it? Yeah, one more day. But when you work in retail, there's always like one more day after that. So even though it's Thursday and tomorrow's Friday, you work a little bit on Saturday, but, you know, could be worse, right? And plus, I kind of leave early on Thursdays because this used to be my day off. Enough about me. How are you doing? You feeling good? If you're watching us live on Facebook or YouTube or on your Apple TV or Roku device, hope you're doing well. If you're with us in one of these places where we can see your comments, say hey. If you have any questions, anytime we're talking to a guest or feedback, you can always comment for sure or email us, hyveetoday@gmail.com, whenever you are looking to just be a part of the show. That's what we're here for. We have a good one today. A lot of guests, a lot of fun stuff going on. You know, St. Patty's Day is coming up this Saturday here at the store. We're going to save you money with the St. Patty's Day Fuel Saver. Spend $30, get 17 cents off. That's pretty fun. That is going to add up, by the way, so don't miss that. That's Saturday only, okay? Yeah, so again, I'm not the best at math, and we did this yesterday, but if you spent $90, you'd get 51 cents on your Fuel Saver. I should have just wrote that on my hand. Would have served me better. Chef Tess is in the kitchen. Now, when I walked down here, Chef Tess was like, there was some corned beef rolling. You had a plate of donuts, which are now in front of me, and just like, yeah, a variety of things going on. You're preparing to make some Reubens later today. Okay.
From 11:30 to 1:30 today, dishing out Reubens. I say we, but it's just going to be me flying solo today.
Cool.
So stop in if you want to see me working really, really fast. Slinging Reubens today.
And the Reuben is $7?
$7.
Okay. $7, made to order. I'm telling you what, I don't even have to like see a sample or try it. I will if you force me to. I just know it's going to be good based on what you had going the other day and all this preparation. Last night you had the Irish cheese event in the club room here at Hy-Vee. Seems like it went well.
It went really, really well.
Yeah.
Everybody that was in attendance last night said that they had a great time. We had some really nice little bites. 9 Irish cheeses.
Wow.
4 different wines. James O'Leahy did a great job talking about the wines and everything. Brian McNally's always wonderful to work with. So everybody had a great time. I used a little bit of the corned beef for the dinner for the tasting last night, and I actually had somebody tell me that it was the best corned beef that she's ever had.
Wow.
So that's the product that's going into the sandwiches today. So again,
it's pretty cool.
You don't want to miss it. So.
Yeah, don't miss it. Get here and grab a sandwich. All right, well, we'll check back in, and then something later in the show about a donut milkshake.
Something like that.
Yeah, donut milkshake. I can't put my head around it, but I trust that you're going to, yeah, I don't know. I'm ready to be surprised.
Okay.
Obviously, I'm a fan of sampling stuff. So, and there we do, speaking of donuts, we have a great shot of the aisle camera. The aisle camera is inside the donut case. So what you're looking at right now, again, whether you're watching this live or on the rebroadcast on MP&W Channel 5, thanks to Remax, you're looking at some St. Patty's Day themed donuts. So get out here and pick those up. They look great. All right, speaking of Remax, our first guest is a real estate agent or a realtor. John Knupp, how you doing, buddy?
Top of the morning.
Now, isn't it pronounced realtor? How do y'all say it kind of weird, like realtor, right? Or
well, I think you can call me anything you want. I think that's the key. But realtor is fine. I think that's how I pronounce it most of the time.
I was going to say.
But
yeah, as long as you give us a call, we're happy to get the...
I was fully prepared for you to correct me with like, no, it's actually a realtor.
Well, but I don't think I'm that stiff, but...
yeah, so I obviously I appreciate everything that Remax has allowed us to do with the show and have it on Channel 5. It's super cool. You know, it seems like, John, I've been in Muscatine only 5 years now. It seems like the housing market in Muscatine and Muscatine County has been in pretty good shape. Like, there's been no bubble. You know, it seems like there's always a healthy amount of homes available, people ready to upgrade or come into town. How does it look from your perspective? You're dealing with it day to day.
Well, we had a serious run of just tremendous years here the last 4 or 5 years,
sure.
and here recently we're starting to see the listing side of things really get a little bit stagnant, if you will. It's one of those things we're really crying out for right now. We need the listings right now. Our market says we have about 110 houses in our MLS right now, residential. There's about 35 of those in the lower 100,000 or under.
Sure.
Between 100 and 200, there's about 35, and I think there's 40 of them. And then above that, 200 to 300,000, there's about 35. So that's pretty low. We're about 50% of where we should be, going into this time of year.
Yeah.
So, it's a great time for the seller to get into the market.
Absolutely. And does that happen as I don't imagine there's a lot of people that are maybe looking to buy or sell in the winter when it's cold, but as you start to get into that spring, is that when things really start to pick up in your business?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
It's everybody's getting the bug to get outside. We see showings really start picking up. We see listings starting to pick up. We're seeing listings coming on daily right now. Mondays always you're seeing a good run of listings. I think there was 5 to 10 this week where they came on Monday and Tuesday, and that's from the weekend.
Sure.
And that's just from everybody doing their job over the weekend,
Right.
and everything gets put in the system on Monday. So we're seeing it come together, which is what we need to see.
Sure.
But I'd like to note for the buyer as well, it is a seller's market, some would say, because of the lack of property, but
Sure.
the interest rates are still phenomenal for the buyer today. I mean, when you're seeing stuff around the 4.5% range, and
Yeah.
some a little higher, some a little lower, depending on your criteria, it's a phenomenal rate. I can remember being excited about a 9.75% on my
moly.
first house, and it's just like, wow, and Gary Kelberg talking about, they celebrated with a bottle of champagne when their rate dropped from 14% down to 12% or something like that. It
Wow.
was, so to have 4.5% rates still is phenomenal. And we think we're going to see that, probably through the summer, as long as the economy stays pretty stable.
Yeah, I think it's fascinating, right? I certainly, as my family, we've got the 2 boys, probably going to need something with for sure, another bedroom. I'd like to have the finished basement. We all kind of have these wish lists, like the want versus the need, right?
Yeah.
Right now I got a good sized yard. I got a 2-car garage that's attached to the house. I like that a lot. So it's like, not to say that I'm comfortable with where I'm at, but I'm often looking at listings and thinking like, wow, that could be kind of something that we could go to next and stay for a long time.
Yep.
Right? We're in our first home. Doesn't really feel like a starter home. It's kind of like in between that. But we're definitely the type of family that's like, you know what? Probably within a year or so, we need to consider it.
Yeah, I mean, and you could watch the TV show. The Channel 5 TV show is really good for just kind of seeing what's coming through the market.
Mm-hmm.
The Muscatine.MLS to get on the MLS and take a look at what's coming through the system. Obviously, call your local real estate agent. I'd love to hear from you. But we have a great group of realtors throughout Muscatine. That's probably one of the things that really benefits us. I mean, the RE/MAX office has done an exceptional job. They're very key to helping each other as far as a team. You're never kind of on your own at RE/MAX, and that's kind of a nice thing because we all have a life outside of that. I mean, I'm very involved in a lot of the things in the outdoors, from archery, bicycle riding, motorcycle riding, other things. So I want to go do some things on my own as well.
Absolutely.
And it's nice to know you got an agent that can help fill in that's going to be a professional. So, but there's several good offices in town.
You have some good coworkers, a lot of which I know and I'm friends with. So yeah, it is important to have that good support system. And I like what you said, it's more than just, you're never going to try and put somebody in a house that isn't right for them.
No.
You're going to just be that friend. You're really a friend in this whole thing, right? You're going to understand where they're at, what they can afford, and then do your best. I mean, that's the challenge, right? Somebody like me comes to you and says, hey, John, here's what I'm looking for. Good luck finding me something. That's when you get to work.
That's it. I think the stereotype is that we're salesmen, and really we're
Right.
not. I mean, we're just out there to try to help mediate situations for you, make sure you're well informed, and take you through some homes. And then let the home sell itself to you. We'll
Right.
show you the pros and maybe cons about it, because that's our job for you as a professional. But truth of the matter is, the home's going to tell you when it's right for you.
Right.
So we
true.
don't have to sell homes anymore. It's a matter of taking you around, doing our due diligence to make sure you're well informed, and Chad has a great first-time homebuyers class that works really well to help people
Sure.
out. And sometimes and they reward you with going through that class with $1,000 if you do qualify, and often people do. It's a great class to go through. He helps you get informed, and that's really the key about home buying, is being informed. We don't want to sell you something you don't want.
Right.
And it's the hardest thing as an agent, when you make your paycheck,
right.
Selling homes, is you don't want to tell somebody the home's not right for them if they're really excited about it. But the truth of the matter is, if we're doing our job for you, if we know there's some negatives about that home that you're going to hate later on,
sure.
we need to make sure that's very clear to you. It's very important.
And then again, all the different people that you end up working with and understanding when it comes to like home inspection, because things like that can often, break a deal. If you have somebody that's looking at a home, maybe they put in an offer, they get that inspection, and then a couple things come up. I mean, I know that because my mom kind of went through this process when she moved to Muscatine. She had put an offer in on a house, inspection came in, and there was a lot that needed to get done.
Yeah.
And she decided that wasn't what she was looking for. So that's that process, right? You can start with having somebody watch the Channel 5 and see some listings, holler at you, go look at some stuff firsthand, go through that process, and you might get to the point where you're like, oh, this will probably happen, and then, right, all of a sudden you're back at square one.
Yeah.
So you have to be prepared to go on that adventure with folks, because that's really what it is. It's a journey for sure.
I think helping them understand at the time when you're looking at homes and picking out as many of those issues that may come up in that inspection report, getting in front of that, before you make that offer, so that when you do go through a home inspection, if you do, you're not coming back to that seller asking for a boatload of items. Let's try to get in front of that in the first place,
Yes.
make the offer appropriate for the repairs or you think you need to do or the changes you need to make.
Okay, so we are getting into spring, I hope.
Yeah, gosh.
And
I
as
hope
someone
so.
who's an outdoorsman, you're probably ready to just be outside in the element and not having any more frost or snow. I wonder, for folks that are going to watch this, again, whether it's live or tonight at 7:30 and 10:30 on Channel 5, are there things that you could recommend if people are going to consider listing their home? Are there should I be thinking about cleaning out a garage or painting a bathroom? I mean, does that change? Are there trends, or can you kind of just look at it as a case-by-case basis?
Well, I think you always look at it a case-by-case basis, but the truth is something a lot of people don't realize, with spring rains coming, if you didn't get your gutters cleaned, for instance, going into the fall, you don't want to get into these torrential rains in the spring and then have all that water rolling up against the foundation and causing you some leaks in your basement where you may have never seen them before.
Sure.
So get your gutters cleaned out real good, make sure the water's flowing away from the house. Very, very important. And because if you get any water in that basement, all of a sudden now you've got a water issue where you've never had it before, and it's just a simple thing. Gutters are 90% of it. But other things, just make sure your yard looks fresh. Make sure you get all the leaves out of your landscapes. Make sure your trim is painted up. Just things. That approach to the house, they call it curb appeal. That curb appeal is very, very important for first impressions. You really want to leave a great first impression. As we get farther in spring, that's a great time to do it because everything's greening up. People are excited. Flowers are starting to bloom. So make sure that gets a chance to really blossom and show itself.
I remember when we. I don't know if it was maybe the first or second time we had driven by the house that I live in now that we eventually looked at. They had, done something, maybe done some sod, and all of a sudden, that second trip, the grass was just popping, and I thought, wow.
Yep, now's the time to be getting your seed in, your sod down, and things of that nature. It's not too early, and just getting ready for that stuff. But back to the garage thing, make sure anytime you get organized and get rid of the extra stuff around the house, the clutter. We all have it. We live in our homes. We know we're around our homes. Declutter some things. If you think you're coming to the market, do the little repairs, the little touch-up stuff. Make sure your bathrooms are fresh and your lights are clean and your windows are clean, and that stuff really matters. And sometimes it gets overlooked, but now's a good time to do them little things so that if you do decide to come for sure, then you're ready and it won't be such a big deal. Yeah,
because ultimately, people are going to be coming through your house and you're trying to get out of that and get into something else. So it's maybe make the bed or make sure you have a decent looking bathroom. I mean, I remember back in the day when we were trying to sell the house I grew up in, and you'd get that call, and it was your real estate agent, and they're like, all right, we got somebody that wants to look at it in 30 minutes, and you would do that mad scramble to make it look, you don't want to make it look like a museum. People live here. That's how, that's my thing is when I go into a house or when I'm thinking about real estate, I understand that it's, it's not always looking that pristine, right? I mean, people are living here, they're raising families, they're hanging out,
I have kids. People ask me, the best example I give you is they have 2 young children and their kids' toys are laying on the floor and around the house, and they're going John, should we get these all picked up and organized? And I said, look, you have young children. Let people realize that this is a family home. I mean, there's kids living here. That's what they're probably going to do if they're looking at your style of home, your size of home. That's very possible anyway. And so don't worry about it so much. You know, you don't want them to step on anything or get trip hazards or any of that nature, so keep them over to the side, but don't be afraid to have them in the room, you know.
I mean, you want to make it's because you're going to come back home to it, and guess what? The kids are going to get the stuff out. I know. Lord, you ever stepped on a Thomas the Train toy? Woo!
I think Legos myself, but Legos are notorious.
Legos are brutal.
So,
I think I'd rather try and walk on fire than walk on Legos at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Hey, you want us to take our shoes off when we come in the house? Don't leave the Legos laying around. We don't want to step on them, right?
It's not Home Alone. We're not trying to booby trap you.
That's right. So.
No, for sure. So I imagine, you know, you've been doing this for a while. The sense that you have when you're at that closing, like, you just got to feel good every time, right? It probably never gets old because, you know, you've been working with folks for however long, and you know that they're going to be excited when that moving day comes. But so what's that sense like for you when you get to that point and, you know, things are getting signed and you know that your friend that you just made over the last few weeks or months is going to be taking that next step?
Yeah, I think different people give you different feelings about that. For instance, a first-time home buyer, I've always been just thrilled with working with first-time home buyers. I relate to them very well. I'm a very average person, and when I see that first-time home buyer get their first one, it reminds me of when I got my first one, and I know what they're feeling. It's because I worked very hard to get my first one. I came from nothing, so it's to get that first home is a very exciting moment. So I realize that. Now you get somebody who's buying their second or third home, their second or third step, if you will. You're still very excited for them. It's still you've built a rapport with them, relationships with them. You know they're excited. You want it to go as smooth as possible, so that excitement stays in track. So, it is. It's the ultimate thing.
And it's a unique job that you have, right?
Oh yes.
There's quite a few folks at the RE/MAX office. Not a ton, but you know, it's not that common of a gig. So you have to understand that it's sort of a lifestyle job, right? You're out there, you're visible. You know, whether it's on TV or on social media or on the website, people are going to see you. They're going to know you. You know, and that's not the same for some folks. Some folks go to work. And they work for 8 to 12 hours and they go home and, you know, and that's just a job for them. But, you know, real estate's a lifestyle, isn't it? I mean, it doesn't, you do all the outdoor stuff and have fun, but it's still one of those type of jobs.
Yeah, I think that a lot of people forget that sometimes. And it's nice to be recognized when you're out doing things. I guess I'm fortunate. I've coached a lot of baseball and softball and archery over the years. So a lot of the folks around town do know me. So I'm pretty comfortable in that atmosphere. But you know, for a lot of the folks that do this job, they're not. I mean, I was a 25-year Han guy, so if I hadn't been doing the other things that I did, I'd probably be a little bit more uncomfortable with the whole thing. So.
And I know that, again, you know, you just touched on it briefly, but being connected to the community, giving back, paramount for everybody at RE/MAX. I mean, y'all are involved in countless groups, organizations. I mean.
Well, Muscatine's a fantastic community, and we have a lot of great support here, whether it be coaches, you know, softball, baseball, you know, areas, soccer, you know, areas and stuff. So Muscatine does a great job with their community.
Yeah, absolutely.
So.
All right, so if folks are watching this live or on Channel 5 and it's time to think about listing your home, or if you have any questions for John, is there a number that they can reach you at that's good? Yeah,
you can always reach me at the Muscatine office, but my personal number is 563-299-3640.
And then RE/MAX right on Park Avenue?
Yes.
Right? Can't miss it.
Yeah.
Good
Just
location.
down from T's Ice Cream.
That's right.
Yeah.
And we have the website pulled up as well. John, it's good to see you, man.
You too, Tony.
Thanks for coming on. I appreciate it.
Thanks
good
for
luck.
having us.
I hope it's a busy spring and summer, and tell Dave I said, hey, okay?
I will do that, and
it's good to see you. Yeah. But I like talking about housing. I mean, I think it's important for folks to know that John and everybody, they're people, and these are what they're, you know, this is their choice to how they live, is to help you ultimately find that right house. So please get in contact if you're going to be buying or selling. Let's check back in. Oh, the cheese. Chef Tess. Oh my gosh. Wow. A lot of cheese as you continue to prep for the lunch sandwiches. Swiss? Is it Swiss? Okay. Is that classic with a Reuben is the Swiss cheese? Okay. All right, now will it get like melty or will it be, yeah? All right. I didn't know. So you're going to be 11:30 to 1:30. Folks can come in right near Floral, grab a Reuben, $7. A little bit of sauerkraut, but you said you were crisping it up, right?
Yes. So I'll throw the bread on the griddle with a little bit of oil, lots of Swiss cheese, so it's nice and melty. And then one of the tricks I use is I do bread, then cheese, then the Thousand Island dressing.
Ooh.
so that the
Ooh.
bread doesn't get soggy.
Ah.
So they travel well.
Good call.
Which is pretty cool. And then I crisp up the kraut in a little bit of hot oil in a pan.
Yeah.
So the kraut hits the pan first, and it's gonna give it more of like a roasted cabbage flavor versus
Perfect.
like a soggy sauerkraut kind of thing going on.
I know what you mean. Yeah. So there's oftentimes, and maybe you've experienced this if you're watching, and you've had a Reuben, and you take a bite and you're wearing it. So that's not what you want to have happen, or the bread falling apart. You don't want to have that happen today.
No.
And you obviously know what you're doing to avoid that. So that's kind of nice.
I tried to pretend like I did.
I'm totally okay.
No, I've made several Reubens
Yeah,
in my
I was going to
lifetime.
say, you've done it a few times. Chef Tess has done it a couple times. You can trust that Chef knows what's happening. All right, look at the cheese. Wow, it's just I like how things are, and I know that that's not like plating, and it's just sort of like what you're going to use to prep things, but it just looks nice. Those plates look good. Like, I don't know. I'm also the kind of person that goes to a movie and appreciates how it's shot. It's called cinematography. I just like how things look. It looks nice. It's
Thank
a plate
you.
of cheese, friends.
Appearance is everything.
It is.
It's everything.
Yeah,
So-
appearance is everything. Speaking of appearance, in just a second, we're going to have some good-looking stuff right here on Hy-Vee today. Yeah, let's take a look at the aisle cam. Inside the donut case, there is a Jim Simmons, can you believe there's a camera in a donut case? This is America. This is America. Now, if the camera accidentally falls on a donut, I'm going to take that one. I can't sell that one. I can't. You know what I mean? I just can't do it to you. All right. Oh, man, this is perfect. How you doing, buddy? You want to clip that onto your collar? Oh, we're going to talk about St. Paddy's Day and some great options that you can find at Wine and Spirits. Henry must have got that furniture delivery, huh?
He did.
Yeah. John, how are you, buddy?
Good. How
Good to
about
see
you?
you. Flex Sales in the house. You have brought, wow, some beverages that I'm quite familiar with. This stuff looks great. So Guinness Blonde, some regular Guinness, and then is that a Guinness Dark?
No, this is the can.
Okay,
That's
can,
just
right?
the can, yes.
Okay, nice. So the Guinness Blonde, this would be a couple years old now?
It's a few years old, yes.
Not that many though, right?
No,
It's
right.
relatively new still.
Yes.
If you're in Wine and Spirits and you haven't tried a Guinness Blonde, it's real good. I mean, it's I'm a Guinness fan. You know, for some people, they try things like Guinness and they think, wow, I don't know it, because it's a full beer.
Yes.
I mean, I like to call Guinness steak in a glass, and I mean that with all due respect, because you know you're drinking a Guinness when you take a sip, right?
right. And this
Yeah.
one is light, so that's
Right.
for someone that doesn't want that darker type beer. So
Absolutely. It's almost like, oh, it's got everything that I know about a Guinness, but
yes.
I could drink 4 of them.
Yes.
Whereas maybe the Guinness you have 3. Drink responsibly, of course, on all that. The Guinness in a can, I didn't know that was something that we carried. And of course, I walk around the store a lot, and I did see that in Wine and Spirits, and that was kind of cool to check that out.
yeah, we do have the 4-packs
Uh-huh.
and the 8-packs, which right now the 8-packs are $13.99.
Okay.
And at the register, it takes off $3 to bring it down to
Yes.
$10.99.
That is awesome.
So a real good deal.
Yeah.
Along with these also are $3 off
Okay.
when you buy 2.
Okay, so when you pick up the 6-packs, save some money. This is that time of year, I imagine, each St. Paddy's Day and the weeks leading up to it, where the Guinness probably just flies off the shelves, right?
Yep. This is like a kickoff to the summer season.
Yeah.
So
Right.
and we sell lots of Guinness.
Yeah, right. Lots of it. Yeah. No, it's really good. And, you know, Chef Tess making corned beef poured some Guinness in. So that's what I'm saying. Like, in addition to being a great beer, you can use it in the kitchen, right?
Correct.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, right.
Yep. Irish stew, yes.
Irish stew is a beautiful thing. Yeah, so I just want folks to know that our Wine and Spirits store here, and obviously you know this because you're over there quite a bit, it's got a humongous selection. And when you walk in, it can almost feel a little overwhelming, but in the best way possible, because it's like being a
Yes.
kid in a candy store, because you're like,
It is a toy store.
right, you're like, look at all these different things. So when it comes to Fleck, you guys, you know, you have a Coors Light shirt on, so you got the Coors Light. Just run through a couple of the other brands that Fleck's bring into Hy-Vee Wine and Spirits.
Well, for craft, we have many. We have Lagunitas, which is very popular for us.
Yeah,
We have Founders, which is
yeah.
growing like hotcakes.
Yeah,
so,
that stuff is good.
We
Yeah.
have Sam Adams.
Sure.
And we have a lot of the flavored.
Yeah.
The new one, we have Not Your Father's Fruit Punch that just came out last week. And they say
saw
it
that.
tastes like Tropicana Punch.
Oh, that is wild. The variety. I mean, how long have you been in the business? Long time.
22 years.
So can you imagine that you just said that there's a beer that tastes like, Tropicana Punch, right?
I never thought it would get to that point.
Isn't it wild, though?
Yes, it is.
And that Not Your Father's root beer, when that came out, and we have the Flex Sales website pulled up, when that Not Your Father's came out a couple of years ago, you couldn't even keep it in stores.
Oh, it was crazy. We would bring it to the back room, and people would be in line at the entrance of the back door and grab it.
And that's true. I mean, I was one of them that was calling around before I worked here. Kayleen, do you have any of the Not Your Father's root beer? Well, it'll be here this day, but it's going to go quick.
Oh, it's incredible.
Yeah, it really is. It's such a cool business for sure, because even if you're just like, casual beer drinker, maybe you come in, you grab that Coors Light, that's fine. But I always encourage folks, John, to just don't be afraid to try different things either, right?
Yep, you got to experiment.
Yeah, right. And that's where sometimes it comes to just doing a little tasting or something, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, we do. And we do tastings on a regular basis.
Yeah.
So
no, I mean, it just works out, when you can have somebody that knows what they're talking about, and be able to engage with folks that are going to hopefully turn into a customer. Because, when you have a couple thousand people a day coming through a place like this, they're going to, we're creatures of habit. So if you're getting that Coors Light or that Miller Light, or that Lagunitas, that's great, appreciate it, but think about some different stuff. Maybe it's a Guinness Blonde because of St. Patty's Day. I know that you brought Harp and...
we got the Harp and the 200th anniversary stout that they came out with.
200th anniversary.
Yes.
Wow. That's such good stuff. And then, of course, because...
They gave you a hat.
This is for me. Is this for me to keep?
Yes.
Oh, yes. Is it going to fit my head?
That is
Let's
you.
see. Is there a one size fits? Now, I wear a size 8 baseball cap. So
Ooh.
this feels good. Yeah, look at that. All right.
It was too big for me.
Wait, I think I feel what is inside the hat. It might be 2 tickets to Ireland. Thank you.
It might be.
Yeah, this is excellent. Oh, wow. It's going to mess up my hair, but you know what? Totally worth it. And I'll take this home, and my kids will be like, that's the coolest hat ever. And my wife will be like, are you going to let a 5-year-old wear a hat that says Guinness? And you know what I'm going to say? Absolutely.
Absolutely,
It's a
yes.
fun hat.
Yes.
It's just such a great time of the year. I might set this on the table. That is so fun. Thank you. It is such a great time of the year. Whether you're, folks are Irish or not, it doesn't matter.
Everybody's Irish this weekend.
That's right. That's what I'm saying. You can have a good time, and you can go out and try different stuff like this. And then, again, when you walk into a wine and spirits, the seasons change, and that's when you can tell that there's stuff like Guinness and the Harp. Something that we had talked about, and we don't have to do the demonstration, but we could just talk about like a black and tan.
Yes.
Those are pretty cool.
Those are pretty popular.
Yeah.
This is popular with the Irish Car Bomb.
Yes.
So the
right.
style that they use, use Guinness many times.
Oh, often.
So,
I don't know if I've ever had an Irish Car Bomb without Guinness in it.
Exactly. It's pretty much everybody uses the Guinness.
Yeah, I think I'd get I don't know. My Irish heritage would be disappointed if I didn't. You
Exactly.
know what I mean?
Yes.
But yeah, Guinness and Guinness Blonde, they're really good options. And as far as what Flex Sales does for places like us, I mean, you guys are constantly here with the displays, getting things situated, making it look good, working with Kayleen and Jim, and just understanding again, what is popular here. And you know what you want to try. And that's what I appreciate. I appreciate when, you'll have those conversations and say, I really think we should give this a shot in Muscatine, because that's what it's all about.
Yes.
Ultimately, right?
And Muscatine, we're growing down here.
Good.
So that's a good thing.
Yeah.
And you guys have been great to us.
I appreciate it, buddy. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
I know that I'm going to save $3 on the 6-pack deal.
Why not?
Yeah. Now, does that include like Harp and Smittix on that?
Smittix, yes.
Well, honey, guess what? A couple 6-packs going to come home probably tomorrow. I love the Smittix. It's not Smithwick's, folks. Smittix.
Yes.
Trust me.
You hear a lot of them say Smithwick's.
Yeah. Growing up in the Chicago suburbs at a couple Irish bars, you get corrected pretty quick. This guy called it Smithwick's. Smittix, pal. And you're like, all right.
And again,
I got it.
back with that, that's $3 off one.
Right.
And these are $3 off with a purchase of 2.
Okay,
So
gotcha.
$1.50 off a 6-pack with 2.
such a good deal.
You can't beat it.
Thanks again, buddy.
Thank
Happy
you.
St. Patty's Day.
You too.
Thank you for the hat. I love it.
No problem.
Nobody's getting that hat. That's all mine. Chef Tess, you jealous of my hat? My Guinness hat? Yeah? All right. If only we had a chef-inspired Guinness hat.
That would be awesome.
Next year.
Next year, okay.
Next year.
Yeah, right. Next year for sure. All right. You are, oh boy, milkshake time. Getting close, huh?
Getting close.
Okay. I see ice cream. Now that churn ice cream that you have, we can get a shot of that. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you.
That churn ice cream is only available at Hy-Vee, exclusive?
This is a Hy-Vee exclusive brand.
All right.
Have you tried this stuff?
I have not tried it. I'm excited to try it.
Okay, it is amazing.
Yeah?
I'm not just saying that because I work here. I swear. It is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And I believe I heard on the repeater last week, Dave Solomon said that we have like 5 new flavors.
Yes.
I don't know what they are.
Sure.
But like the flavors that we've had, the birthday cake. I
Yeah.
don't like birthday cake ice cream. I really don't. These guys are putting chunks of like funfetti cake that are like huge into their ice cream.
Wow.
It's phenomenal. It's super, super creamy. It's a high cream ice cream.
All right.
So it tempers really quickly, so you can scoop it right away.
Yeah.
It is great. So I'm going to use their vanilla
Cool.
bean today.
It's hard to get, and I wish we had a Whitey's. We do have Whitey's in here at Hy-Vee. We got all the Whitey's you need. But like living in the Quad Cities, having gone to St. Ambrose, you get an ice cream like Whitey's. It's tough to sometimes look in a frozen department and think like, am I going to buy something, take it home, and it'll have that same type of taste. That's all. I've heard such good things about this churn. I'm excited to try it.
Yeah, check it out.
Okay.
It's really good. Well, you are going to check it out.
I'm going to check it out if you insist. All right. Man, you know what? You talk about somebody that is ready to rock St. Patty's Day. Jake Hardman, bakery manager at Hy-Vee. It's good to see you. Busy guy.
Very.
We have got to get a shot of what you brought. This is such a great setup. And I almost was able to identify everything. And I'm going to wait till Ryan gets over there. Chad's got it. Perfect. Okay. So Irish soda bread right here, right?
Yep.
Okay. Then we have some Irish donuts, of course.
Yep.
Straight from Ireland. Heart to ticket to Toiven. Right?
Yep.
You flew them in from Ireland?
Absolutely.
You have some sugar cookies?
Yep, some sugar shamrock cutouts.
I have no idea what's in the middle. I don't know what that is.
That is a Blarney Stone.
Okay.
So it's cake rolled in icing and then topped with peanuts.
Because why not?
Why not, right?
Yeah. What in the world?
Yep.
I literally walked over before we started the show to talk to Jake, and I looked at this setup and I thought it looks absolutely phenomenal. And I had no idea what it was. So it's called a Blarney Stone.
A Blarney Stone,
And
yep.
when people go to Ireland, they kiss the Blarney Stone. My
For good luck, right?
grandparents, I believe, did when they went years and years ago. But you have to like get into this weird position, and you almost like have to hang yourself. I think it's almost like on a cliff or whatever. Maybe correct me if I'm wrong, Irish people, myself included. But it's a thing to do. Or
you could do that
It's a
same
dessert.
pose and eat one of those too, and then you'll just get frosting and peanuts
Yeah.
all over you.
and then of course some rye bread.
Yeah, so we got the St. Patty's platter.
It looks so good. And again, as the seasons change, we just talked about this with John from Fleck and beer. The same thing applies to the bakery.
Absolutely.
Right.
We always got seasonal items.
Yeah.
Every holiday, every season, something new, something exciting.
Yeah.
Just to keep it fresh.
And it's so great to have this kind of stuff. When people come into the store, we have that shot. We have a camera in your donut case right now. I don't know if you knew that.
I didn't know that.
You
no.
didn't know that?
No.
Can we show? Look at that.
Look at those. Those look good. Wonder who cut
pretty-
those donuts.
Did you cut them all by hand?
I cut those,
They
yeah.
cut the donuts by hand, friends. We've talked about this before. You've seen videos, but Jake and his team literally cut and hand fry every single donut. So come and buy them all. Easter's coming up. We're going to talk more about Easter in the next few weeks and different things. But, things like Irish soda bread. I mean, it just looks so great. Maybe people haven't had it.
Yeah.
They need to just give it a shot, right?
Absolutely. Goes great with stew. You could toast it as well.
Yes.
I mean, all sorts of goodness. Handmade. I mean, it's some sticky stuff. I wouldn't want to make that at home. It's
Yeah.
definitely a chore making that, but it's
not,
good stuff.
And it's not an easy thing to make either, is
No,
it?
it's not. Like I said, it is
Yeah.
stickier than all get out, but finished product is absolutely worth it.
Yeah. Can I try a Blarney Stone?
Absolutely.
I mean, I know that they're props, but I've never had one of these in my entire life. Oh, my Lanta. Okay, I don't even know how to hold. Jeez Louise, this is going to be a messy bite, friends. Okay, I'm going to not do this over my computer. So tell everybody what's in this again as I attempt to take a bite of it.
So it's just your basic white cake.
Okay.
And then it's rolled from head to toe in icing and then head to toe in peanuts.
Wow.
It's a sweet treat, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. I mainly wanted to take a bite because my wife is watching live on Facebook, just to make her jealous. Love you, dear. That's crazy.
Good
Do
stuff.
I have it all in my goatee?
Just mostly on the lips there area, but yeah, you look good.
You know what? If I got Blarney Stone lip, don't zoom in, Ryan. All right. That's good. I would normally do the move like I do with my kids, where you put like the frosting on your nose, but I'm a professional. That's really good.
Yeah.
So different, by the way. Wow. Cake, frosting, peanuts.
Peanuts, yep.
Blarney Stone.
Blarney Stone.
Man, I didn't even know that existed. That's just so cool. Again, bakery at Hy-Vee. Birthday cakes, pies. We had pie day yesterday.
Yep.
We've got all that. The bread, it's right, behind us. The donuts in the case, it's all fresh made. Got frosting on my thumb, sorry. And it's every day.
Yeah.
Every day, all day. Your team, you're doing stuff.
Working hard every day.
There's never a dull moment.
No, there is not.
The fact that, again, that Jake has done this 3 times now being on the show, he's literally walking away from, I don't know, what were you doing before you came over here?
We were getting ready to pull some bagels, and we got white bun coming up next. So
nice.
Yeah.
White buns. Chef Tess, you want to come around if you can make it through? All right, so you may have heard some noise in the background. This is you're mic'd up. I don't even have to share a microphone. What is this? I'll hold it up.
So this is this is a yeast donut right here. They've got the clover shapes for St. Patty's Day with the green icing on them. So I used one of those. And then I've got some 2% milk and some of that It's Your Churn vanilla bean ice cream.
This is a donut milkshake.
It's a donut milkshake.
Jake, what do you think?
That was really good.
Oh, stop it. Stop it.
Liquid donut goodness right there.
Milkshake.
Yeah.
That's
super good.
Wow. Again, for those watching at home, this is not a Jell-O shot. This is a donut milkshake. Simple-ish ingredients.
Yeah.
People could make this at home.
Super easy to do at home.
If you want to entertain, if you were looking for that St. Patty's Day cocktail, you could opt to put in
little Baileys in there.
Maybe a little Baileys.
Absolutely.
Not saying you have to. This does not have any booze in it. It just has a donut. How much of the donut did you blend up?
That's half of a donut. Half of a donut.
But just look at how good the color is again. Jake.
And you could do a bunch of different
Cheers.
colors too.
Cheers.
You could do, right.
They have the cinnamon churn ice cream that you could do with, what do you got, like an apple fritter or something really similar?
Fried cinnamon roll twist.
Fried cinnamon roll twist.
So again, the point of the show, obviously talk about things in the community and people and stuff going on, but also just practical and things that you may have never considered trying. A donut milkshake is not anything that I thought I've ever had in my life, because I never thought about if I took a donut and some ice cream and blended it up.
I've never made one before today.
This is the first time you made one?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, it tastes like something that we could sell. I wish I could share with you folks at home, but I can't stick this through the camera yet. But what I would tell you again is when you see things like all this fun stuff in the bakery and stuff in frozen, like that churn ice cream, you can do it yourself. I mean, it's simple ingredients. Tell us the ingredients again. The churn ice cream.
Churn vanilla bean ice cream, a yeast donut with green frosting on it, and milk.
And milk.
Milk.
That's it. There's nothing fancy in there.
No.
I mean, you're a chef. You know how to do cool stuff, but that's not too schmancy.
No.
I can do that.
Yeah, Jake could even
Jake
do
could
it.
do that. Somehow I don't have a green mustache, milkshake mustache.
Yet.
Yeah.
Couple
That's
more
so
of
good.
those
I
in
can't
that.
wait for Chad. Chad, who's a pretty health nut, he's gonna have to try. Well, he doesn't have to try anything, but I mean, it's really good. I know Ryan. Ryan's all in. This is so fun. So again, it's just about having fun when you're at home, entertaining family and friends, trying something. If you got kids or grandkids, how cool would that be? Donut milkshake. What?
Oh,
Spring break's going on. Come here today, buy that stuff. You could ask Chef Tess and Jake questions. They'll point you where the stuff is. I mean, you could really get in and out of here in like 5 minutes if you wanted to. The bakery
Absolutely.
is right over our shoulder. Dairy's right there. Frozen's next to it.
Straight
And
shot.
then you go home and you're... Now, I mean, like, your kids aren't going to take a nap probably because there's a little sugar in it.
Just a,
Yeah.
Hair.
Just a little. But I'm just saying, that's the kind of thing that's fun. If you're having a St. Patty's Day party and you're like, man, I could really go for some, just some treats, but you don't have the time to make it, you've got it all ready
got
to
you
go,
covered.
right?
Yep.
I mean, even little things, and I'm not going to take a bite of these, even though they're my favorite. I just want you to understand, like the sugar cookies, they're so just perfect and ready to go, right? 4-leaf clover sugar cookie, pick them up. It's got a little Blarney Stone on it.
A little extra.
I promise the ones you buy will not. Little additional frosting. I did write down on my notes something else that I just wanted to touch on briefly with you was, and because I've seen it happen more and more as I've been in the store and been in the bakery, the birthday cake customization. Whether it's people that are busy that like take a cake out of the case and then your decorators put a happy birthday and a name on it. But like I have my 6-year-old, gonna be 6, Henry, his birthday coming up. We're going to come in, pick out a cake, and they're going to do it. So just talk about that for a second, because that's something nice that we have here at Hy-Vee.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we got a very talented cake team, and really the possibilities are endless. I mean, you come, we've had people that don't really know what they want,
Sure.
but I mean, just give us favorite colors and you know, a favorite character or something like that, and boom, we got cake for that. So
could you do like a Super Mario Brothers?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I think it would be cool. This is me. If it was just the cake was just Mario's face with his very whimsical mustache, you know what I mean?
We could do that.
Yeah. See, that's what I thought, but
Yep.
I'm not the one that's turning 6.
You know, and then from birthdays all the way to weddings. I mean, we got some extravagant tiered cakes, and wedding season's coming right around the corner. So
It certainly is,
Yes,
isn't it?
yes,
Yeah, the
it
wedding cake, right? So, and that's something where if folks are coming in and they have a wedding coming up, you'll meet with them. They can do some sampling, right?
Yep, sampling. I mean,
Well, we don't know that
we
yet.
try to make their day for them just as easy and stress-free as we can.
Check it out.
Oh, man.
Jody didn't even know she was going to be on today live. You know what, though? We did a Facebook video with Jody a couple months ago. It's the most popular thing we've done.
Yeah.
She knows that many people. So she's just kind of icing a cake that I don't know if it's for somebody or if it's going to go, oh, wow, what's going on there? What kind of cake is this? This might be a custom one, huh?
That is definitely a custom one.
So that's what I'm saying. Like when you see him back there, look at her. She's going to be so mad at me. You didn't tell me that they were going to have the camera back there. Or she doesn't think that it's live right now, which is even better. There goes frosting into the old frosting shot. Yes, absolutely great. Yeah, I tell you what, the different varieties, so good in your Hy-Vee bakery. Well, I'll be anxious to see what that turns into. That's pretty cool. Is it going to be maybe like SpongeBob? Or those eyes?
Could be SpongeBob. I
don't know.
I don't know.
We'll have to see what happens. All right, once again, Irish soda bread, donuts, sugar cookies, Blarney Stone, which I had to try. I don't have people on. Like, the show isn't about watch Tony eat food. It's about just like I as much as I work here, I still feel like a customer.
Yeah.
And I walk around and I see stuff and I'm like, I don't know what that is, but you know, we come on, we can try it. I can tell you that it's really good. It's got a lot of fun stuff going on. I know that the rye bread is perfect for sandwiches.
Oh, yeah.
Toasting up.
We'll be doing plenty of Reubens and stuff like that.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
There you go.
So, again, where we're situated, the bakery is kind of behind us. You could get your rye bread. You could roll over to the meat department, grab your brisket for corned beef, and the next thing you know, you're rocking. Or you just show up today at 11:30, and Chef Tess is going to be making them.
Hers are probably better than mine.
Well, it's not about that, Jake.
Okay, sorry.
It's not a contest. We all work together in harmony. Yeah, I just want people to know, like, you know, try things. You know, I promise you won't regret it, especially if it's coming out of that bakery.
Oh, yeah. You come back, we're always doing something new. That's Tony's favorite question. He comes back every day and, hey, what are you making today?
What's new?
Yeah.
What's going on? They're always doing stuff. That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
Now, I want to ask, for the sake of being a shameless plug, do you think that a hat like this would be one that I could be in the bakery? Is this a food safety approved
You
hat?
know, we might have to email corporate on that one, see if that's appropriate. But
I've had some luck with corporate emails lately. I got Tony Tone on a business card, so maybe that would work out. You know what I mean?
Baby steps.
That's right. All right. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it.
Always a pleasure.
And again, even things like the Irish soda bread.
Yep.
I don't know if this probably wasn't going to get sold anyways because it's a prop, so I'm just going to hold it up. The Irish soda breads of the world, you can find it here. You know, it's amazing when I bag groceries occasionally how many people are buying the garlic bread that you have ready to go, and it's just nice to have that.
Oh yeah,
you
absolutely.
Just can elevate dinner easily.
Quick, easy, and it's better
affordable.
Yeah,
affordable, friends. All right, so and I just want to say we had a donut milkshake. And it was very good. And Chef Tess is walking this way, and I don't know what that means, but usually it's a good sign. I'm going to probably have to take the tablecloth home and wash it again. Oh, no, it's a Reuben. Yes. Do we need to hold it up?
Yeah, hold it up.
Chad, are you coming in on it? Okay. Holy moly. Jake, you picked the right day to come on, huh?
Absolutely.
I'm always looking out for you, aren't I?
I appreciate that.
Yeah, look at that. So 11:30 until 1:30. Walk in near Floral here at Hy-Vee today on... Thursday the 15th, and get yourself a Reuben sandwich for only $7. Chef Tess, the corned beef, the Swiss cheese, and the sauerkraut. I mean, I just looked over and you were like doing something in a pan, and now it's here.
Mm-hmm. And that's how fast we make them. So
wow.
You won't be waiting on your lunch break.
Yeah.
It takes about 3 minutes.
Jake, I'll let you take a bite if you want to.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't want to be, a selfish host. I mean, I do, but for the sake of, good stuff.
Oh,
Did you think that you'd have a Reuben bite at 9:20 in the morning?
No.
Yeah. You're welcome, world.
It's the best way to start the day.
Yeah. All right. Well, I don't want to be rude. I'm going to take a bite. I'm also just going to hold the plate because can you not zoom in on me when I take a bite again? Can you not do it? I look weird. All right. I'm just kidding. You can do that. Oh, man. Mm-hmm.
It's really good.
The bread's perfect.
Thank
it's
you.
crunchy. Everything is good. It's working so well.
Super tender meat too.
Don't you feel like when you have a Reuben, you just need to wash it down with a donut milkshake? I know that's what I do on Thursdays. I don't know about you guys at home, if that's your thing or not. All right. Well, for bakery manager Jake Hardman, Chef Tess, this is Tony Tone. Thanks again to John Knupp with Remax for stopping by. Thanks to John with Flex Sales for hanging out. Talking about some great Guinness, and I told John how you put some Guinness with the corned beef the other day. Mm-hmm. Awesome. And listen, St. Patty's Day is on Saturday. We're gonna have fun here at the store. We've got everything that you could possibly need, down to the tchotchkes. I don't know if we got Guinness hats, but we got necklaces and stuff, and certainly the Irish cheeses and wine and spirits and desserts and breakfast stuff and amazing sandwiches today only right here. No sandwiches Thursday. Today only 11:30 to 1:30. And then also Saturday, St. Patty's Day, for every $30 you spend, you're going to get a 17-cent fuel saver. So I don't know what else to tell you than just come and see us, because you're going to have fun when you're here. And all these folks that work here, no matter who it is, even people that you haven't seen on the show, they're just here to help you have a better experience when you're shopping. So we want to make it fun for you. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Let's just take the rest of the day off.
Yes.
What do you say?
Sounds great.
Okay. I think I'll leave early today. All right. Thanks for watching. Tomorrow, Friday, we will, hold on, I got to move my Blarney Stone off my paper. Got to slide it over a little. Friday's guests, Katie Cedarstrom and Alan Henshaw. Alan Henshaw, I got that right, with team staffing here in Muscatine. We'll talk to those guys as well. And Chef Tess will be back with the St. Patty's Day cocktail.
Yes.
We will not sample the cocktail. Okay? We will not sample the cocktail, but we will make it.
Yes.
Okay. I will not sample the cocktail, but we will make it. Watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8:30, or catch the replay Monday through Friday, 7:30 and 10:30 p.m. on MPNW Channel 5, thanks to Remax. Appreciate you. Next week, fun guests coming up. The Mayor of Wilton, he'll be here. Some folks from Parks and Rec, Nature Conservancy, Dr. Naomi DeWinter from MCC. It's going to be a lot of fun for sure. We got to go, though. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. It's Reuben time, baby. Bye.
Thanks for watching Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. We'll do it again tomorrow with more local guests from in and around the Muscatine community. Questions? Comments? Know a great guest? Reach out to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone on Facebook or via email, hyveetoday@gmail.com.